Yep. With that. I actually okay, so start off your thing.
I hate it. I'm done. There you go. I'll see you next week. I'm done. Okay, so let me just sort of lay some ground rules here. We're agreed that this is damn it, Chronicles of War, essentially the first two parts of Chronicles of War.
I don't know what's in Chronicles of War.
Yeah,
That's the book that came.
Chronicles of
What's
War.
in it? Rise of the Horde and
Yep.
what else?
Rise of the Horde and Fruit. No, Dark. Last Guardian.
What does Amazon say? Oh, is that all it is? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we're agreed, right?
I
Okay.
really I really enjoyed the first Horde stories. Rise of the Horde. It's basically Rise of the Horde plus Last Guardian. Maybe a little bit of Tides of Darkness, but probably not.
Yeah.
Mostly just Last Guardian.
So we're agreed in the sense of orcs come to Azeroth, humans get a bit angsty, we kick the shit out of them, we kick them back through the dark portal in a shell now, essentially. That's what we're agreeing on here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think. However, it should be noted that this is not exactly the same as ours universe. It's an AU. It's not the same. They are diverging a lot.
Yes. To the point where the king gets in contact with Juratan to
Yeah, what the
negotiate
fuck?
peace terms.
I'm not too
What?
I'm not too keen on a lot of the stuff in the trailer, honestly. Okay, so let's start with the good though, because there were some good things.
Okay, yeah.
So first thing, the good stuff.
There were
We got
orcs.
to
Yep.
see we got to see Dalaran, which is already floating, which doesn't make sense,
Yep.
but it looked really good. So I'll give it a pass for that. What else?
Keep going.
I'm thinking, man. Give me a second. God
I'm
damn it.
listening to you.
The world of Draenor. I guess it kind of already looks like Alan at this point, but it's still Draenor at this point because it hasn't been exploded.
Yeah.
It looked great. It looked straight out of the Burning Crusade cinematic, which is also a negative at the same time, but I'll get into that later. But it
Mm-hmm.
looked awesome.
It did.
Um, the orcs.
The orcs are there.
I
All the
don't want
orcs
to
are
say
there.
they look good because they don't look. They look fine. They're passable.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not. They're not the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's not Avatar,
yeah,
but
but you've
they're
got to have them relatable. No joke. If they had just some big snorting like Grom fucking punched face
yeah.
or like I'll be like, this is fucking awful. I hate this. They've
Other
got them believable, which is good.
other good things. Yeah, they do. They look like they're a real creature. They don't look like something fake.
Yeah.
They look like something that could exist, which
I'm
I enjoy.
angry that the only good things I've heard about it so far is that it looks good. It's just a
God, I
bit right. Okay,
guess I'm
so
thinking they're positives. I really am.
yeah,
I
exactly.
thought I thought there's the tower you see in the beginning, right, where the two people on the Griffin fly down. I am pretty sure that that is supposed to be Karazhan. I think it is. It's
Hmm.
not. I thought because originally I was like, oh, that's got to be Dalaran, right? But it's not because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in a green valley, and it's a magical tower. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
think that's.
now
I think that's
thinking Deadwind
movie's version of
Pass.
Karazhan, and I think it will turn into Deadwind Pass and whatnot during the movie. Which I am. Okay. That's another good thing. I am super, super, super excited to see Khadgar and Medivh. I hope they get a lot of screen time.
I am a quiet fanboy
I
immensely of Khadgar,
bet
so yeah.
bet they won't get much screen time, but I hope they do because The Last Guardian
They're the
is
biggest
the best book.
parts.
It is the best book in the entire Warcraft series,
Yes,
hands down. And their story is my favorite story. It
yes.
like that story is my favorite in the entire Warcraft universe. And I think it'd be really, really cool to see Khadgar and Medivh interact, and then to have like the climactic ending where Medivh gets killed by Lothar, and Medivh is and God, I forgot it. Khadgar's there, and he gets aged up, and
That
then
would be amazing.
they can create Deadwind Passer at the same time. I think that'll be an awesome scene if they do it right. Like
Yeah.
it could be great.
So
Um,
far, the story is fucking butchered, as far as
yeah,
I'm
that was all the
concerned.
positives I could think of. Now, like on to the negatives,
It
man.
looks good. I'll definitely sit down and watch it.
Oh, I'm absolutely watching this. There's no way I'm not. There is
Yeah.
no way I'm not watching
God,
this.
no, yeah. However, I
Um,
because I am a powerhead lore sort of guy, I have to sit there and be like, okay, so it's Warcraft. Don't take. It's annoying because movies get that shit done to them all the time. I was a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. That yeah, it got butchered. A huge fan of The Hobbit. Yeah, it kind of got butchered. But with that, it's okay because the movie's what made it famous. You're literally having 10 million people who are in love with this, and you're going to sit there and be like, yeah, no, actually, this happened. No, you can't do that. You're not allowed to. You can't. You can't just sit there and tell me that like, oh yeah, Thrall got. I mean, in the cinematic, oh yeah, Thrall got sent off down the river. What? What do you mean? No, he didn't. His mum didn't set him in a river. He was fucking. His parents were brutally murdered, and he was left.
yeah, I'm
Oh.
actually not too upset about most of the changes from the canon lore to this lore because
Mm.
it's a movie. They have to make changes. I completely understand that. The same thing happens in books all the time.
Oh god,
What's
yeah.
good in a book does not translate to the screen, and they can change it and make it better. A good example of this is Fight Club. I don't know if you've ever read the book, but it's not drastically different, but it is pretty different from the movie, and it ends differently too. But the
Hmm.
movie is almost universally declared to be better, and it's because they have to adapt certain things. So I'm not hating on the fact that they're changing the lore to match a movie. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
It's the change that they made that don't seem to make much sense to me though. Like just little things like we were just saying, Jesus down the river, or in this case Moses, but
Oh,
green
the
going down the
irony.
river. But really, that's a Moses thing, right? Because
Yeah.
really, I think they're trying to go for an Exodus style connection.
Oh
Because
right.
if you think about it, it is they've been building up that way. Our homeland is dying. We need a new home. And then my son is the Messiah, basically. Green Moses to green Jesus. So throwing him down in a wicker basket down a river. What the fuck?
So a bit Hollywoodized.
Yeah, but the thing I guess is that they didn't want to show his parents being brutally murdered because that would raise the rating. Or it
Well, in the
Warcraft Warcraft is a kids franchise in reality. That's kind of what
okay.
they're shooting for. They like if you look at the color palette, it's very bright. It's blue and orange. That's the very bright like fantasy colorful adventure. It reminds me a lot of I don't know if you saw it, you probably didn't because it was bad. Jack and the Giant Slayer.
I
Very
did. Screw you. That's my
very
kids'
bright.
film.
Very very bright film. Lots of CGI features. It's a fantasy movie through and through. It
Uh,
looks like that. And I can't say I'm a big fan of it. Like
no.
I understand that Warcraft is kind of they're going for the family movie kind of thing here. Like it's supposed to be just like a pure fantasy, but Warcraft is just a bit too dark to do it. Just a little bit too dark.
Okay,
Like
it's dark, but there are ways around it. In the comic, essentially, it's just told, and then Thrall's a baby on the floor, and like all there's blood around, and people are all on the floor. You don't see it happening. It's
well, my
just
thing is,
there.
how are they going to explain Stormwind? What happens to Stormwind at the end?
Yeah, that's a war. People are killed. He's assassinated, and it's all
Yeah, no,
brutally
but I
done.
mean, Stormwind, the canals were literally filled with bodies, and they were
Yeah.
wading through blood.
How are
That
they
is
going to
way
explain
too much.
Draenor with the
That is
fucking
way too much gore.
I think what was
That
it?
is,
Noah's video of like he was saying, yeah, here's some of the most darkest stuff I found, and like the first number one really surprised me because I never thought of it. The
but
road to the dark portal,
oh yeah, the Path of Glory is
paved
paved
with the
with the
bones of
bones of
Draenei.
Draenei.
Oh
And
my
Garona herself, who shows up in this movie, is half Draenei, half Orc. That's
yeah,
not a willing uh,
yeah, that's a
deception
real
either.
thing.
Like, there's a lot of like the early
Forced
Horde.
aging, yeah,
It's called the Dark Horde for a reason. They were not nice guys. They were demon corrupted.
yeah,
They just fucking killed everybody. They
yeah.
raped the village. That was their thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was a huge fan of the Warlock, and then when I read the fucking story where they're like, yes, Gul'dan's like, come here, I have new powers to show you, and it like goes into detail of like
Oh yeah,
the Draenei's guts busting out on the floor and his skin melting. I was like, oh my god, is that what happens? Oh my god!
it's
But at the
not. It's
same
not.
time, you need it. It's World of Warcraft,
Hmm.
Warcraft, not World of Side Shots Craft. It's like.
They like. Um. Anyways, we're kind of off topic here.
No, we're not.
Other
No.
stuff. Other stuff. So that's my gripe. It's too bright and colorful for a franchise that is too dark to do it. But if they change the story well enough, it'll work because they
Yeah.
are making changes to the script so that it's all, I don't want to say hunky dory, but better.
Yeah.
I bet they won't even mention the Jedi. I bet they won't even show up in the movies at all,
Yeah, I think they should
which I'm
just
fine
flip a
with.
tad bit in there.
Like I
They'll
think
have to explain
Garona's.
the. Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to explain Garona. Maybe they'll do Garona's original explanation was that there was some sort of human light creatures on Draenor that they mated with, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Um,
I can
um,
get behind it.
other things. Oh, this one really pisses me off just because I'm a big fan of actual history, and if you guys ever play the Total War franchise, I'm a huge Total War fan. The fucking battle scenes. Oh my fucking god. They went full Hobbit. You know, okay, when two forces engage in historical combat, they set up their ranks and they stay in those ranks. And they have their shield walls and their pikes and they stay there and they don't move. And battles lasted like 6 hours, like days because of this. Because people, they're not high casualties. The moment you rush at the enemy with your swords raised, your shields down, and you're all going one-on-one combat like it's 300, it doesn't work. This is like I cannot stand that stuff. Like
Yeah, I'm happy
okay,
about that.
in The Hobbit, in the movie The Hobbit, or the last one, the Battle of Five Armies, there is a scene, right, where the orc army shows up and the dwarves and elves were just fighting.
Yeah.
The dwarves go, they get in their formation, they get this awesome pike spear wall, right?
Yeah, I remember.
It looks badass as shit. And then, right as the orcs are about to hit them, the elves jump over the dwarves in the most tactfully retarded move I've ever seen in my life. It was the dumbest thing I literally said, what the fuck out loud in theaters. Like, I get that it's supposed to be a badass fantasy thing. I really do. But like, at least flank the enemy. Like, come on, guys. Have the elves run along the sides and have them charge from the side and crash into that way.
Listen, Rafa.
It would look
Let me bring you
just
back
as
down.
cool. It would look just as cool as seeing the orcs hit spear wall. I would love to see an actual phalanx used in a movie and see it used well. I think that stuff you never see it. The only movie I can think of that did it slightly well is Troy from way back when.
Oh,
They didn't even
God.
do it all the way too. Troy still had those big battle scenes where they're just fighting willy nilly, but they at least attempted to have ranks of soldiers for at least a little bit. Same deal with Gladiator. The first scene of Gladiator was kind of like that too.
Hmm. I'm
Um,
gonna bring you back down here a little bit.
yeah, you can do that. Fair enough.
You've never obviously. I mean, I don't know what kind of raider you are, what kind of level you got on. Have you ever stepped into LFR before? Like, just pretty much. No, I get you. It's a bit of But this is the thing. It's Hollywoodized,
Oh, it absolutely is.
which in
I
some
understand
cases
that.
agree with.
I understand that. I just don't have to like it.
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts
Oh god.
exactly on this. I'm very. At the moment, I hate it. I sat there in a team speak today with a couple of friends, and they were just like, "Yeah, no, it looks amazing." And the friend people were just like, "Yeah. I saw this character. I sat this guy. I muted my mic, and I was just sat here, just like, no, it's wrong. It's so
Yeah.
wrong." But
I okay.
I
Oh,
mean,
I did not mention my biggest gripe though, and that is that
oh shit.
people are saying, "Oh, it looks kind of like a video game." That's a good thing because Warcraft's a video game. That
No,
would
no,
be no, no.
no!
Like,
Get out! Get out!
here, I'll just open up the thread where I posted it. Where's my personal thoughts? They're down the page a little bit. Where did it go?
I know.
Here
I
it
got
is.
directed to
Warcraft
find
movie
it.
trailer. Personal thoughts. The CGI is very bright. I mentioned this already. It doesn't look real enough. This is my thing. The armor that they wear, the humans specifically, is very, very shiny, pristine, bright, unscarred, unscratched, zero texture to it. It doesn't look realistic. It doesn't look good.
Hmm.
Like that's what it comes down to. It just doesn't look good to me. Like, what movie had better armor than this? Fucking oh god, what was it? Maleficent. The Disney movie
Oh
had
God, yeah.
better looking armor. And here's the thing. With a fantasy movie, you need a specific style you're going with, especially for something where people are wearing armor. Um, Lord of the Rings went very realistic in their style, and it worked out beautifully. It looked great. The Hobbit went kind of cartoony, which
Yes.
worked in some spaces, not well in others. I was not a fan overall, but it had its own distinct style separate from the Lord of the Rings, and I can respect that. Another one to bring up is 300, which is the most out, like unrealistic looking thing ever. Nothing makes
Yes.
sense at all. Like they're
Yeah.
fighting one on one against like 1,000 Persians. It looks cool though. But here's the thing: it's stylized. What little armor that they wear, like the shields and the helmets, that's all they really wore for armor. Super textures, tons and tons of texture, tons of shading, very beaten in, realistic looking, scarred up,
Mm.
because they were going for the clash between that realistic style and the fanciful blood everywhere as they dance around and cut people.
Talking about
Almost.
armor and stuff.
So
Just as a
then you
random,
go,
just sorry, sorry to break you, minute. Side tangent.
and then Warcraft is just, I don't know what the style is right now. I just don't know what they're going for.
What
I
is
just don't.
what does Gul'dan wear on his shoulders? What are they called?
Skulls.
Yeah, they're shoulder pads, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Poltergeist.
yeah, he has a chassis with him and that sort of thing. Um, click that.
I see that image. I see it. I see it. Let me click it.
um, yeah,
Are those coming out of his back?
yeah, yes.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
oh, so
He has
Gul'dan.
gigantic skulls and shit coming out of his back.
Yep.
That's cool as hell.
I think so too. Thank God. I was hoping you'd be like, "That's fucking retarded. That's stupid." But actually,
Oh,
that's
no,
awesome.
great.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, like, and the thing is, they can work around that because, yeah, he's infused with fell energy and stuff. He never drank any because his eyes are green.
Yeah,
So, I mean, oh God, if they fuck that up, I'm gonna walk out.
the drinking of
Actually,
the blood.
yeah, if Gordon's like, join me, and he drinks it, I'm gonna walk out.
I do wonder how they're going to start the movie. Because they're going to start it with the Horde already formed, in my opinion. They're not going to start it with the Draenei War. They're just going to start it with, like, Durotan speaking, like, oh, our world is dying.
I think
Are they
it
going
all
to start it
started
with.
with Ner'zhul.
But do you think they're going to start it with the drinking of the blood?
Nope.
Or do you think
I think they'll start it with Ner'zhul and his he'll be
they're
waking up from a dream with his wife and stuff, and she's like, Ner'zhul, you need to kill the
uh,
Draenei, and he's like,
I'm
oh,
going to gloss
okay.
over that stuff. I feel like it's too dark for the family kind of movie they're going for right now.
Or they do the beginning of where Durotan and Doomhammer are in the village. It's meeting up with Velen. That would be
Oh,
cool.
that is a possibility.
Yeah, because that'd be a great way to break it in. They're like, ah, yes, my sons, here are these two. Oh, I tell you my story. Once upon a time, there was a badass fucker, and he was mean to me. Blah 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 blah, and then like you get the whole like dun 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 dun. They're all grown up and stuff. I think that's the way it should go.
The other thing, do you think they're going to show the drinking of the blood scene? Where they drink Manaroth's blood?
Oh, I
I,
think that
I
would
feel
be
like they have to.
cool. They just recycle the Legion thing.
Yeah, I actually thought about it. Like, what if they just
No,
recycle the Warlords of Draenor intro cinematic?
no.
They could just without Garrosh. I think they could do it, honestly.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, I am cautiously
yeah.
optimistic.
I think
I
that would be the
I
yeah.
don't like what I've seen, but I think they can pull it off. I feel
Yeah.
like they can do it.
At the end of the day, as much as I hate it, I fucking love Warcraft. So
Oh,
even just
exactly.
seeing, I think this goes for a lot of people, seeing the characters, seeing the places, it's like, oh my god, fuck yes! It just doesn't, like, nothing compares. I mean, think about it
Oh yeah.
this year, just as a sort of a sidbit here. Oh god, what's happening? Oh god, I'm in TeamSpeak apparently. Oh no, I'm not.
What?
Okay. Yeah. So like, just on like a side tangent here. Diablo, no new content whatsoever. You know, I
Oh
didn't
God,
care
so bad
because
for my
they
Diablo.
built a slaughtered calf inn at BlizzCon. Can you believe it? I was like, oh my god, you know what? I'm angry now. There's no content, but hey, that's amazing. I get to
Yeah.
see it there in person. But like, you know, with Warcraft and stuff, I think they will just go the same way. You've got a lot of butchering of the story, you've got characters being changed, you've got story being changed. Yet at the end of the day, I get to see Stormwind, I get to see it, I get to
Exactly.
hear people screaming for Azeroth. It's like, yes!
I want to
That's,
see Khadgar, and I want to see Medivh, and I want to see Anduin Lothar kicking ass, and that's what I'll
yes.
hopefully get.
Exactly. And if they keep to that and they keep a lot of people happy, then hey ho. I think they can only really butcher it if the story itself is just completely flawed. Look at it from someone who doesn't know the Warcraft universe. If they just butcher it outside that way, you know, like, oh, the orcs and humans are friends now, then I think a lot of people will be angry. So unless they butcher the initial film, a
Yeah,
standalone film, then I think everyone's going to be relatively excited about it.
user Kolisk in the trailer thread, he sums it up perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah, go for it.
Overall, I think it's going to be a good movie, but not the wonderful movie that the source material deserves. I don't think it's going to be some perfect World of Warcraft movie, but I bet it would be fine anyways. It's just not what I want.
Hmm. True. Sure. Oh, who's this dickhead? He says his personal thoughts. CGI reminds me not the very bright, colourful Jack the Giant
Oh,
Slayer.
oh yeah. I don't know. This guy sounds like a genius to me. He sounds like he
Oh.
knows what he's talking about.
Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, wait, no, auto moderator picked it up. That's fantastic. I was just scrolling down and I just saw
Oh, the
one
guy that
man.
said sucks.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Automod's been doing a good job, I gotta say.
I know, for
No,
blessed auto mod.
absent-minded asshole. What a guy. Got it going and everything. I like him.
Absent-minded. We need to get him on here. If he's listening
Oh,
to
we
this,
should. We should.
get a like a big old
Yeah, mod talk.
yeah. I'm trying to get Lorbay on for next week because
Really?
he's gonna give me, and if he's listening, you're gonna give me your spoilers for your next Legion predictions, aren't you, Lorbay? You're
Someone
really
else. Another person I have to recommend. Wrathful Hunter. He's great.
Oh yes, I love his theories.
Consistently posts good stuff. Wrathful Hunter, you are superb. You are my favorite
Yep.
poster on
You
here.
get a hell cream pie.
That's right.
I think that's the way I'm gonna have to like. Wait, no, I just realised what that meant. Oh no, wait, no, I take that back. I take that back.
Yeah.
You get one Gorhal. You get a Gorhal sticker. There you go.
Yep. Okay. So
Right.
that about sums it up for me, I think.
I think I'm.
Warcraft movie. It'll probably be good. I don't like what I've seen so far, but I'm still optimistic about it.
Yarp. I think we'll sum it up this way. It's gonna be amazing, but take a beer.
Yeah,
just so you're a little bit.
yeah, that's right. Like when I go watch a WWE event,
Yeah. Right. Okay.
storylines suck, but the action's great.
This. Right. Well, I think
All
that's
right.
all that needs to be said, and I think we need to watch to the remainder of BlizzCon and hopefully get our Legion a bit sooner.
Yep. Happy BlizzCon.
Happy BlizzCon to all who were there, and happy our bump in interest Warcraft lore as well, I
Yep.
think.
And thanks for having me on here.
Oh, dude, it's honestly great. I'd rather have somebody here talking about this sort of thing, because it's ideas back and forth.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
Fun that way.
and that goes for anyone listening. If you want to be part of it, join in with it, because it's
Yeah, shoot
absolutely
Garrosh a
fantastic.
PM.
Yup.
Just shoot Garrosh a PM, and he's down to do it.
100%. I have nothing to do in my life anymore. Please help. I'm joking. I'm so lonely. I'm just like, I don't know, you call me, I'm like, hi, welcome to the Warcraft podcast. And just like, ooh, saucy. Anyway, it is 6 o'clock here and I've missed my dinner hour, so I'm angry.
I feel bad now. It's only 1 o'clock here.
Oh my god, the hell. That's
Time
insane.
differences, man.
Oh, yeah, true. Right, we will both leave our separate ways and we'll both go about our separate businesses.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you in next week's podcast. Bye.